Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow region. Now today I'm actually in my town where I live. I'm not too far away, and I'm going to show you my other local shop where I like to come and buy things from. It's right behind me. We're going to go and check it out. Now if you have watched any of the previous videos on the channel, you know I did a video fairly recently about my local shop. Now, the apartment building where I live is this one right here. You'll be able to watch that video if you've not seen it. I'm going to put it as a card up in the corner of the video right now, so you can check that out if you like. Now, this is the other shop that I like to come to. Now, there's this apartment building right in front of us here. There's a apotheca or pharmacy. There's a salon right here, like hair salon. There's another pharmacy. And then this is where we're going to come to here, Bristol. And there's actually apartment buildings all around this area. So there's a lot of traffic, a lot of people that come to this store. I come here maybe a couple of times a week, maybe not as often as the shop where I live in Fasol, but this is Bristol. Now, I'm not too sure where the name Bristol came from. I've tried looking it up. I've asked the ladies in the shop, and they're not too sure either. The only Bristol I know is in England, very well-known town in the United Kingdom. So if anybody who's Russian might know where Bristol comes from, it'll be interesting to kind of make that comparison of where they got that word from. Now, if you've not heard of Bristol before at all, they have over 14,000 locations throughout Russia. 14,000. It's just staggering to think. Now, this is considered a convenience store. For me, I kind of feel like it's more like a beer and wine and alcohol store, but as you can see from the advertisement right at the front here, they've kind of got everything but beer, wine and alcohol. Got a little bit of everything here. They've got some kind of like a sauce for your meat. They've got some packets for soups, some pasta, coffee's on special. So, and the one good thing about this store here, they don't even worry about the days of the week. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. So this actually is very much a convenience store if you want to come here any day of the week, 7 days of the week. And I guess their only rule is no smoking inside, but that's pretty normal in any shop you go to in Russia. So we're going to have a bit of a walk around, kind of slowly. I did try to come a little bit earlier in the day today, so hopefully it's not overly busy. The one thing when you first walk in, they've got all these different beer and alcohol fridges, and there's some sodas by all the different brands too, which is kind of interesting here. Coca-Cola, Heineken, Tuborg. And what's kind of interesting here, these are literally near the door of the shop. So you can actually just sort of open these, grab your beer and go and pay. There isn't that kind of reverse thinking where people would grab something and walk out, which is kind of interesting, I think it is. Budweiser right here. So yeah, they've kind of matched the fridges with the brands. Maybe some they haven't, some they have. Stella Artois, my favorite beer. More Budweiser in a bottle. And the Coca-Cola fridge does kind of have the Coca-Cola products. Rich is the brand that was Coca-Cola before. Dobra is the brand that was before as well. And then the Dobra kind of different flavored drinks. And then more beers. Beers on special. Now, I'm not going to point out really any pricing because it's not really the video. I really just want to give you an idea of what this convenience store looks like and all the things available. But beer is cheap, let me tell you, no matter what currency 80 rubles is. That's less than $1 US for a bottle of Stella. Now, the staff in the shop knew that I was going to come in today. I actually spoke to them yesterday, so they were all more than happy for me to come in and make a video now. Firstly, it's a very big store, and there's a lot of stuff to check out. What we're going to do, we're going to do a lap around, showing as many shelves as we can. Hopefully, we can point out a few brands that people recognize, some that people don't. Lots of vodkas, of course. Now, the one that I'm the most worried about is Kalashnikov vodka here. Now, my last name is Kalashnikov, so anything ever happens, I'm always worried that guy with a gun is going to come and visit me. Ruski Standard, I think a lot of people would know that worldwide. It's very recognized outside of Russia. Absolute Vodka, more than available, which is from Sweden. Here we can see some more vodkas. And then it kind of comes over then to gins. What I always find interesting in Russia is the availability of Cuban rum. And in a lot of countries, because of different trade embargoes, you can't get Cuban rum. Barcelo from Dominican Republic. Mexican tequilas. Jose Cuervo, I think by far most people would know Jose Cuervo. Different gins here. Captain Morgan, very well known rum. Spice rum, it's probably more known for than anything. There's a Beefeater gin over here. Then a lot of people have mentioned to me you can't get the liqueurs anymore because they're not being sent to Russia. But Bailey's is right there. And actually Sheridan's here. This is actually also from the same company that produces Bailey's. But it's sort of tucked away in the corner there. Not sure what Jack Daniel's honey is doing here. It's kind of mixed in between the liqueurs here. Maybe they think that the honey is the liqueur part rather than the whiskey. You'll see here the other Jim Beam and Jack Daniel products right up the top. They've always got lots of specials in here too. That's why you'll see the different colored ticketing. So this red ticketing is the promotions, yellow ticketing is promotions, and there's not so many white tickets, which is the classic kind of all the time prices. Bell's Whiskey, I think that's pretty well known. Famous Grouse. There is a very big choice of different spirits and alcohols in here. Now, originally this company started out as a tobacco and alcohol distribution company, and then the original owner decided to open some shops. I mean, why not? And here they are now. This is the main counter here with the ladies working away here, doing all their counting and stock taking. Now, tobacco in Russia can't be displayed unless somebody's either buying it or requesting it. So they've got shutters that they close behind the shelves so they can't be visual. And actually this one over here is the one that's got all of the e-cigarettes or vapes, I guess they call them. And I imagine the cat food has to be kept at the back as well. I always find it strange in a lot of shops where they got cat food behind the register. Everyday candy and snacks. Pretty much all the brands that we know very well. Bounty, Snickers, Mars. My favorite Milka. And my current one, Alpine Gold. I'm pretty sure I've shown that in a few videos before. So the Bristol brand was an alcohol and tobacco distribution company. Then they branched out to shops, and these are considered convenience stores. And the point of the convenience store concept is close to home, so within easy walking distance of where you live. They've got different breads here. Everything is essentially kind of a snack or something to easily grab. Champagnes. Lots of champagnes. Martinis up there as well. And this would actually even be considered kind of a discount alcohol store compared to even some of the bigger supermarket chains like you've seen me filming Globus or Ashan. Lots of different wines. Lots of wines. Now I'm going to ask the lady for where the Australian and New Zealand ones are, because it's always my point to kind of find them. So let's see if we can find them on the shelf. Now I'm going to ask the lady to show me some wines in a little bit. There's now a bit of a line at the register, so I did sort of promise that I wouldn't bother them coming in here, because it is a very busy store, even for a morning time that we're here, because it's got a lot of things that are not alcohol, right? So it's a bit of a convenience store if you live right in this apartment building. Orange juices, all sorts of sizes of them as well, and very reasonably priced. These are pretty much the same price anywhere you go, 120 rubles. So, you know, the thing with convenience stores worldwide is traditionally the prices are higher than supermarkets. And in these kind of stores, they tend to be lower because the shops are smaller, they've got a lot less overheads, They're also got a lot more locations, so it's really a matter of the turnover and the amount of sales they can make. And look at that, there's even a bottle of Coca-Cola down there, alongside Royal Cola and Dobra Cola, Cola Classic. These were always in Russia. They've just come a little bit more to the forefront now. You can see here the bottled version of these. They're not particularly good. Personally, Dobra Cola's the only one that I'll drink, even with all these other brands. Here's some different waters. So we're not seeing anything too undifferent here or untoward, just different Russian brands of water. That's all. And then let's just have a look at this little grocery section here. And this is all a very mixed bag here, a little bit of everything kind of tucked away here. So olives, tuna, sprouts, there's some potato chips. These are some of the other Russian brands of potato chips. They've even got sugar there, ketchup, pasta, biscuits, and then this little coffee section as well. So there's coffee, there's some bagged candy there. This is kind of interesting here if you've got the different pod machines. So some of the brands of the pod machines have kind of gone away, and then some other brands have turned up. So it's kind of a bonus really, otherwise you can just shop online for the brands that you couldn't find anymore. Here's some different teas, and then over here these non-alcoholic kind of beers, which I never see any point in really, but it's just fruity soda really. But someone who drinks these, please let me know what the excitement is about non-alcoholic beers. And there's a lot of space in this store for a convenience store as well. If I compare it to my local Krasnobyle, these Bristol stores are so much more spacious to walk around. Plenty of drinks on special here as well. I think this is also their promo island with all the different sort of changing specials sort of weekly. You can even get oats in here. There's some pickled vegetables. So there's a long life milk, eggs, and a pack of 10 eggs, 54 rubles. So that's well under $1 US for some eggs, milk, sugar. Trying to get all the things that I'm recognizing here. But so the kids have come in here for some candy and snacks. Being that it's Sunday, it's a non-working day for most people. So this is kind of interesting. This is actually the pour your own beer. Actually, the staff do it for you, but they've got beer on tap right here. So you can choose which beer that you like. Then underneath here is the kegs and everything, all the tapping sort of stuff. And then they'll actually pour the beer into plastic containers, and they're typically 1 liter or 2 liters. But you'll get beer on tap rather than a traditional bottle or can of beer. And then there's some beer snacks appropriately right behind the beer. And this store even has a microwave. So if you want to buy one of these frozen meals just below the microwave here, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes, you can get yourself an instant meal in the convenience store. Now, I haven't seen that in any other convenience stores. It must be a Bristol thing, but it's a very nice idea. Ice creams. Now, it's not particularly nice weather outside today, even though it's autumn time. It's a little bit drizzly with rain, so ice creams are right there available as well. And then over here there's more beer snacks. These are different dried fish and kind of salted fish, cured fish. There's some croutons, potato chips, lots of flavors of Lay's. I'm going to show you is my new favorite flavor of Lay's is here. All the types of Cheetos. So there's that sausage sizzle one which I pointed out before. The crab one I'm not a big lover of, but this is my new one here. This is a spicy chicken wing flavor Lay's, which is very nice. That's my new favorite. There's the spare rib flavor. I mean, how many types of Lays do they have now? Tell me where you live in the world, if they have Lays, do they have that many choices in your store? And then over here, the fridge. So there's a little bit of cheese, butter, sausages, some hams, salamis. So there's kind of one of anything in here. And smetana if you're going to do borscht soup. There's some cream cheeses. So almost anything you need can be got right here in Bristol. And even I just walked past the Red Bull, I didn't even notice it right there. These off locations that the companies provide to the stores. So yeah, there's really everything. Actually now just looking around in the top corner over there, there's even washing powder, shampoo, deodorant. And then you'll see here at the back how they close these doors so that the tobacco products can't be shown or displayed, which is 100% a requirement in Russia in all of the stores. So yeah, what do you think, everybody? Let me know what you think of the walk around here in Bristol. Have you got a shop like this where you live? Does it have this much choices? Now that's kind of an interesting question, right? This convenience store kind of branched out a lot from what was originally alcohol, beer, tobacco, to kind of everything. Okay, so we've sort of come to the end of the video. I just want to talk a few seconds about the store and what I think about it. Now, this is where I live, right? I mean, literally, it's just watch these steps. It is literally a 3-minute walk from my house. And this is not even my exact local store. This is kind of my other store that I like to come to. So do you have a convenience store where you live? Do you have something that's within walking distance? Now, there's quite a lot of people that I've seen that mentioned in the comments about 15-minute cities where everything's within 15 minutes of where you live. Now, this store is actually one of 7 shops that I can go to here between my apartment and the few apartments right behind me. So let me know in the comments what your opinion is on these 15-minute cities. Now, literally I can walk to the hospital, the fire station, the police station. There's another supermarket right in front of me. There's 2 schools, a kindergarten, all within a walking distance. I mean, people do walk in Russia. People drive cars as well, of course, but you're able to walk somewhere to these different businesses. And you've probably seen in the title as well, I've got the word typical a lot. Now, the reason I use that is these are typical stores, typical supermarkets, typical convenience stores. They are all over Russia. This particular brand, Bristol, 14,000 locations. There's going to be one of these somewhere, even in a far off town in regional Russia, not just here where we are 50 kilometers from Moscow. So there is a lot of typical in Russia if you live here. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you liked the video. Again, post a comment about some of the things that I've talked about. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Let's see how many thumbs ups we can get on the video. If you're a subscriber, thanks for watching. Channel members, I love you as well. You all know that from the different live streams that I do. Thanks everybody. If you want to chat a little bit more, I also have a Telegram channel. I'm going to link that for you to watch right here, along with another video on the channel you can watch right after this one. And I'm heading off on another adventure right now, so more videos coming soon. Bye everybody.